And such are reviews of Trump card's overseas politics recording by several of his comrade Republicans. Red link: Assad hasn't utilized chemistry arms versus his own human beings with Trump card orderly such flight rocket strikes in April. The coercion of the essential world ban versus the use of nervous system gas is surely an accomplishment for the Trump card authority. A turmoil of flight rocket strikes, of year, doesn't do a Syria policy, and the accurate contours of Trump card's play schedule for Syria departure striker are not precise at low not openly. Other, Trump card permitted us lend officers more breadth to conduct out operative in war zones such as Iraq and Syria out of advising high up the circuit of team. Pentagon yellow metal had length rubbed at which they deliberate to be the micromanagement of war operative by the Obama Whites building. More sustainability in Iraq and Afghanistan as a outcome of ISIS's destruction in Iraq, the nation is more than steady rather than it has been for more than rather than 3 years. I traverse to Iraq over the monthly and the Iraqis I tell in were carefully upbeat how the latter reached versus ISIS might assist to make several type of steady world. In deceased August Trump card announced a schedule to give several drop of sustainability to Afghanistan, wherever the Taliban include approved more than monitoring in the history year or so. In supplement to send a mini surge of few thousand more than military to the nation, Trump card done it precise how the U.S. obligation to Afghanistan is length period and facility based. Trump card did not levy any schedule for withdrawing U.S. forces of the nation, that was the unproductive attitude how the Obama authority had undertaken. The big bet as essential as they are, these successes don't sum to a acknowledgement of Trump card's common overseas politics and down there are yet a large lot outdoor questions on his attitude to the planet. In the Medium East, Trump card has located a big bet on Saudi Corona Duke Mohammed bin Salman, the 32-year-old next star of Saudi Arabia, whom the Trump card authority has willingly engulfed. MBs is as well liberalizing Saudi community. He has curbed the powers of the afraid sectarian police force, and has plans to enable female to driving and to outdoor up one-day banned cinema theaters. At the identical period MBs has neglected Saudi Arabia's historically prudent overseas politics by launch a war in Yemen, that has rotated in a debacle, and blockading neighboring Qatar, that has devolved in a confrontation in no end in view. MBs as well overthrown the early Corona Duke, Mohammed bin Nayef, and has detained hundreds of businessmen and king household members who present option force centers to his more autocratic guideline, charge them in corrupt practices. He's not precise how Trump card's big bet on MBs will eventually act of, but the reality is how Trump card engulfed the youthful Duke previous in his authority. And above the history year MBs has accumulated huge amounts of force in a nation how is a key us friend. Similar elements in Obama Trump card frequently underlines his lot differences in Obama but in the sphere of domestic safety down there are, in reality, several essential continuities among the two administrations. The Trump card authority has extended the Obama tenet of avoiding large, usual wars in the Medium East. Instead of, the Trump card crew has stored in location lot of the resist terrorism architectural how Obama advanced, consisting his common attitude to the war versus ISIS in Iraq and Syria and his trust on specific operative forces and drones quite rather than on big-scale usual forces to reach us war goals. In Pakistan, Somalia, and Yemen, Trump card continues the hum campaigns how were a sign of Obama's authority. In spite Trump card's occasionally inflammatory rhetorical on NATO, Trump card's crew has remained powerful supporters of the association, that continues to act an essential part in Afghanistan. Trump card oneself may do pleasant in Rusky CEO Vladimir Putin, but his domestic safety crew conducted lot of the identical official position on Russia how Obama did. Polar Korea, China, and terror in spite Trump card's warlike rhetorical, the Polar Koreans are ongoing their nuke arms program. The Trump card authority, love the Obama authority, hopes how China will impact Kim Jong-un to act crucially time at once ratcheting up sanctions regime on his mode. As well, as the Obama authority up it, Trump card's domestic safety policy trouble how China is house the largest able and so funded war in the planet, following our their own, and warns how China Earth restoration projects and militarization of the Southward China Seas flouts World Act, threatens the complementary stream of trading, and undermines sustainability. China has installed a fast war modernization campaigning intended to range in s. Accessing to the area. Trump card, Love Obama, has not shipped any further prisoners to Guantanamo, instead of reliant on Fed courts to try terrorists. Love Obama, he as well has not spurred for compulsory interrogations to restart. The hypernationalists who one day ran the Shah at the Trump card Whites building, consisting Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, Steve Bannon, and Sebastian Gorka, are substantially lost. As a outcome, the Whites building is no much longer enterprising the caricature type how Islamic is the reason of terror. Wins and losses. The Trump card authority didn't save any type of cession of the Israelis, such as receiving an obligation to freeze over the House of Settlements in Palestine areas of East Jerusalem, in exchanging for the souvenir. The Jerusalem judgment has as well provided how any efforts by the Trump card authority to restore the dying world trial will potentially be neglected by the Palestinians' departure striker. But the reality remnant how the Trump card authority has helping to rate the death of ISIS, earning a action of sustainability to Iraq and as well reduction the scale of the bomber risk how the team poses. At the identical period, Trump card has initiated a schedule in Afghanistan how reduces the opportunity how the nation could slide behind in an anarchistic country favorable to groups such as ISIS providing a big present in the nation. And Trump card's domestic safety crew substantially continues lot of the policies they legacy of Obama, if on Russia, the warfare on terrorism or polar Korea.